My name is Bet Orten. I'm a photographer and an artist. I'm very happy to be part of the Czech Photography Masterclass. In my work, I focus on a strong and deep narrative. Each picture is a little story for me. I need to search very deep down, whether in front of my camera is a woman, a man, a child, nature, or a non-alive object. So the series I picked for the Czech centers that were shown online on the Czech centers Instagrams are from a couple of series. So one of them is very recent for me. It's a picture of myself actually, which I made a cast of my body. So it was the first time I actually worked with a sort of a non-human figure, which actually appeared as a human. And it was even harder for me because it was myself. It was actually my first self-portrait in my life. And so the picture is called Black Madonna, and it's now also exhibited in Prague Gallery, which is an outdoor gallery called Fasáda. There is another series called When I Grow Up, and it's a series that I've been photographing in Australia when I stayed there on art residency about 3 years ago. I also wrote it in the text, which comes with the photographs. I just recently found out that I'm pregnant when I went there, which of course affected my work. And one of the pictures is actually a burning wedding dress. Get the rest. Another series that's a mix of photographs from various projects that I did is Female in Focus, because in the center of each photograph is always a woman, which is a big topic for me in my work. The way I examine the woman in the photographs, the way I observe her, the way I test her, is the way I test and observe myself too. What's important for me is also not to say that much of the story that goes behind the pictures. I think it's very important that each person has his own story that may be linked to what they see in a certain photograph. And I'm very happy when people tell me they see a different story that I was actually aiming to put in the photograph. I think there are no general truths that can be linked to a good photography, although of course we can talk a lot about light, about technique. But I still, and what I find out through my life with cameras and photographs, and which is the most important for me, is that you actually take pictures of something that deeply interests you, something that is your inner truth. Thank you everyone for sharing your pictures on the Czech Photography Masterclass. I really like the pictures from Eva Žur photo, and she posted a couple of them, and I have to say I really like the way she worked with the colors, with the red detail, which is always sort of a strong tool that you can kind of catch the eye in the photograph. She works with models on those pictures, especially the one where is the model covered with a reddish fabric that's kind of a see-through. I liked more the one where she lifts her hands, rather the one where we see her breasts. Nothing against breasts, of course, but it then gives it sort of this cheesy vibe to me. I know it's some burlesque dancer, which then it's understandable, it's just sort of my opinion. She also posted this picture where there is this long path in some national park or something. Fantastic, beautiful, really strong image. Also, Zuzana Bajtová sent this very interesting black and white picture. I wonder how she actually took that picture. Perhaps it was from a drone or she was standing somewhere very high. I was not quite sure about the move of the human body she chose. I'm sure she may have taken more of the images where the body was maybe moved sort of differently. It kind of reminds of the sort of a prenatal position where the baby is kind of like cuddling itself, or but then the arm is quite high. So what I'm saying is just to think about what we're actually expressing through this. I think every detail always counts, even it may not seem like that, but whether if the arm is lift or the arm is down, whether the person is smiling or not, all of this, all that mix, the colors, the light, all of that makes the narrative, makes the energy of the picture. There are a couple of pictures from Eric Paul. I especially like the one where we only see sort of a silhouette of the girl. It has a very strong atmosphere. And also Eric mentioned in the comment of the picture that it's very nice to have a model that that doesn't care whether it's too cold. And yeah, I completely understand. I always like models that don't complain about whether it's too cold. So thumbs up, Eric, good model. So perhaps one of the advices to young photographers could be, don't listen to any advices. It's just good to choose from the advices which are the ones that kind of resonates with you. Also, don't get yourself stuck with the technical stuff, meaning the actual cameras. Of course, it's a lot of fun, and it's a lot of fun spending money on it too. But just shoot as much as you want, as much as you need. And always remember to pick the subject or the object that really interests you. So many photographs been taken of pretty much everything. So the only interesting thing that you can make differently is that you are taking the picture, your story, that goes through the lens in the final photograph. That's what will be different. Thank you so much, Czech Centers, for having me in the Czech Photography Masterclass. I'm really happy to be part of this. And I wish everyone a good light or a good dark.